Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager.
Namibia, land of the brave. Brave men and women who dedicate their lives to protecting a country of harsh terrain, ancient cultures and vulnerable wildlife. Namibian conservationists Dr. Rudy and Marlies van Vuren are on a mission to travel the length and breadth of Namibia to meet these intrepid individuals and to witness the incredible work they undertake on a daily basis. These are the unsung heroes of Namibian conservation, and these are their wild jobs.
As long as I can remember, there was always a small baby animal in my bed, a lion sucking on my finger during the night. Baby baboons being my best friends. And I always wanted to rush back home from school to just get to my best friends, and that was baboons. I had two great parents that exposed me to that on a daily basis, and that made me who I am today. And before we had children, I always wished that this is what I can offer my kids. And I think we're on the right track because they get to do this every day. And there's so many people and animals that they can learn from here on Makusi every day. This is what we want. We want to raise our kids to give animals a voice and just don't grow up with tunnel vision.
At Mount Kusi, there are always small and baby animals that need to be fed every day. The children don't mind helping with this at all. The baby warthogs are usually given formula milk. A litter normally consists of 4 babies. At birth, they weigh approximately 600 grams and could easily fall prey to raptors and small carnivores like jackals.
Sharp little baby.
When porcupines are born, they're covered in soft hair. Later, these hairs harden and develop into quills. From about 2 weeks old, they start to eat solid foods, and from as young as 2 months old, they can get along on their own. Adulthood is reached between 1 and 2 years of age. They can't see very well, but their sense of smell is highly developed.
Hierdie is sommer gewone baba pappies. So as hierdie babas nou groter raak, dan gee ons vir hulle baba pap om te eet. Want dan moet hulle op harde kos gaan. Maar nou is dit net een groot gemors. Goed, vee jou bek af, anders alles vol pap. Ons gee vir hulle, begin hulle op soliede kos of baba pap en appeltjies en goed gee. As hulle so maand na 2 maande, net so bietjie, hulle gaan altyd melkies moet drink. En dan as hulle so as hulle so 6 maande oud is, dan sal ons stop met alle melkies. Dan moet hulle op soliede kos wees. So when they're small, and as they grow, these little quills in the back, ouch, starts growing itself, and it's hollow. And when they're scared, they shake it. So they lift all their quills, they start stamping their feet, and the back tail shake. And the reason for it is they sound like a snake, and it just makes them look more impressive, and they make a lot of noise, and they stamp their feet just to chase off jackal, or even leopard will eat them. All right, I think they're all done. Tummies are full. Now we can put them back into the little beds, and then they can go sleep. And this we're going to do in 2 hours again. Kom. Okay, kom baba.
Kleinste baba is spinnetjie baba. Stiekem geneetjie kom. Anyway,
Kom ons sit gou die Verre gou vir varkie. Hulle kan slaapies. die eerste. Daar is hy.
Maak dit nou.
So Gyuki, you remember when we had the previous baby? What was her name again?
Coco.
And what went wrong? You remember she got sick and we had to put her
She
down.
got paralyzed in her back
And you know why?
because of the sun
Yeah,
on ground.
not enough sunlight. Because that's always the lesson we learn the hard lesson and very expensive lesson emotionally, is when we raise the animals and I do it wrong. I thought I gave her enough sunlight, but I didn't, and then she got paralyzed. And the reason why is when you get your vitamins in the morning, I can give you as much vitamins as I want, but you need to play in the sun and you need to run and do some exercise. And that's the same for them. If they don't, I can give them as much calcium and all the good nutrition, but if they don't get exercise, enough exercise, and they don't get into the sun, they need vitamin D to absorb more calcium and magnesium. And if they don't, they get sick and they get paralyzed. They get bone deficiencies, meaning they can break their legs and all that. So she had a spinal problem. She broke her back, basically. So she had a lot of pain, and that's why we had to put her down.
With the little ones fed and the porcupine that got his daily vitamin D, it's time to keep the boys busy. And what better way than to make paper mache? When baboons are kept in captivity, they have to be stimulated constantly. In nature, they spend their days keeping busy with foraging for food, playing and grooming. But here, they need a bit of help.
In the wild, baboons look for different things to eat. They lift up rocks, they'll dig for onions, they climb trees to find bird nests, to find an egg or a baby chick in there, because they're omnivores, so they need a big variety of food in their diet. Because they're in captivity, and like I said, it's like you guys cooped up in the house for the rest of your life. You will get very bored, irritated, you will fight, right? Nee, won't be nice. So we take them for walks, but we have to make sure that there's some enrichment. So that's the reason why we make paper maches, and we put all the nice goodies in there, apples, and make sure there's a nice, stable, eco-friendly stuff in there, and we know they like. We will put a few sweets in there just for a treat. But will you guys help me to make it?
Yes.
And we will blow up a balloon, and then we'll stuff all the goodies in there, and then make the mache around the balloon.
But won't they eat the balloon?
That's a very good question. We have to make sure that when it's dry, that we break the balloon and take it out. So you guys have to remind me, we shouldn't forget the balloons, eh? Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
We're gonna start?
Yes.
Anini? Ja! Ons blaas die ballon op, dan maak jy 'n mache bo oor hom, plak al die papiere op hom en dan steek ons die ballon stukke en dan trek ons die ballon uit. Lyk jou net klimpie.
Then it must hang for a while to get dry.
Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager. Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager.
Okay, you kids, you thought little Tiger is very busy. I'm going to introduce you to a new kitten, and her name is Alex, and she's busy. Hi, Baboon. Thank you for waiting for us.
No problem, it's my pleasure to meet you.
She must be so exciting to go and walk
Yes, she
down.
is. She
Okay.
is.
All right, let's go. Come. Let's go walk.
This young caracal came to Namkusi as an orphan. They are also taken out regularly to get exercise and look for food, and in this way be made ready to be released back into the wild permanently.
Baboon, can you tell the kids why the body build of the caracal is so unique? The butt is much higher than the shoulders.
So if it comes to caracals, you can see that the back legs are very higher than the front ones. So they're actually built for jump. So these guys, as they're walking around, if you see maybe a bird flying or maybe something flying up there, they jump straight up to go catch an animal or a bird and I can land on their feet. It's why for their bodies built like that.
So all their strength sit in their back
All the
quarters.
sit on their back.
What are their enemies in the wild?
It depends on the size ways. So something which is quite bigger, like lions, leopards, and we come to the cheetahs, and then you got the wild dogs. So the biggest predators are the animals. So
I don't know why they have on their ears hairs.
all the animals are quite different. So caracals actually have specific hairs on the ears, down to the fact of because caracals are nocturnal animals. They do hunt in the night. So something hunts in the night. Sometimes the wind is not so strong. Sometimes it's very low. So they must stand up from wherever they are, stand still. And if the wind blows, then they can sense with their ears or with their heads on top of the ears which direction the wind is going, how strong is the wind. Because they must hunt against the wind so they can pick up the smell of the other animals.
Thanks a lot, Baboon. It was a pleasure to be here and we learned a lot, eh? Did you guys learn a lot?
Yes.
Kom julle.
The paper around the balloons is dry and they can be filled for the baboons. The baboons are used to regular outings, but today's walk holds a surprise.
Jullie alle oortjes.
Kom, hierso.
Niet op en neer.
Of wie is daai? Spannertjie. Sien net kyk hy's so rondekop. Dis ten minste is dit lekker.
Wie eet daar so jakkakkies? Oesie, oesie, oesie.
Maria. You guys see how their behavior changed the minute there's food involved. And the reason for it is a hierarchy. There's a linear hierarchy from A to Z. So when there's food or anything that will be a social threat to them, there's fighting coming on. And that's why it's so important that we divide them in age groups.
Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager. Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager.
Alles lelik met jou.
When one grows up on a place like Nankusi, there is no better way to get close to wild animals than on horseback. The outing is interrupted by a thunder shower, but everybody is grateful for the rain. All the excitement made the little baboons a bit tired, and with the coolness brought by the rain, they doze off. It's not often that honey badgers are brought to Nankusi. This one, though, arrived here a couple of days ago with an injured front leg, and Rudy and the kids need to examine it.
So now we know what's happened to him. We know he can't be released, because if we release him with a broken arm like this, other animals will kill him. All right? So we're going to take him back, and he's going to stay with us until kingdom comes.
It's as if there's a new energy after the rain. It's cooler, animals come out to look for food, and where there's standing water, there's time for some fun. The excitement is contagious. Over the years, Marlies has seen lots of animals of all kinds grow up in her house. And it still amazes her to see how much they enjoy playing, something we often think only people do. But playing for animals is, as with us, also learning.
Wild Jobs Namibia with Rudy and Marlies is proudly sponsored by Windhoek Lager.